It would be difficult to climb up the wall in that time space, I presume.
Yes, it would take too long, and there are, and you're pretty certain there's even search. They weren't on, but you could see the glare like reflecting from the sun. There's searchlights on the walls.
Exactly. So the front is impregnable, unless we hold on to the underside of a military vehicle.
Or commandeer one. But then again, you need to pretend to be someone you're not, which is risky.
Exactly. And of course, that's another opportunity that we can commandeer a vehicle and bluff our way through. That's also a possibility. And that's it for the front.
It's going to be hard, though. None of you have a very convincing German accent. You had one, but yes, he's been captured.
Indeed.
All of you have a foreign accent, and you'll probably not be able to fool anybody with any German with their right mind would believe you.
Identification, please. Hello, mate.
Yes, and then suddenly you greet them like the British airmen from Allo Allo.
Ah,
hello.
Yes, indeed.
Would attract attention.
So yes, commandeering is out of the question. However, holding on to the underside would possibly work.
Or you could just convince a German to take you there.
Ah yes, at gunpoint. That rarely works well.
Yes, they usually look rather nervous.
Unless we ask a local resistance fighter to play a German for us.
Yes, you notice that most of the people you've talked to either don't speak German or speak German badly.
So we speak German better than the locals.
Yes.
Intriguing.
Again, referencing Allo Allo, it would be asking Officer Crabtree to guide you into the German fortress.
I have no idea who that is, but moving right on.
You never watched Allo Allo?
It was ages ago.
Ah, shame on you. Such a good show. It was the policeman who spoke bad French.
Yeah.
Good morning.
But imagine that and replace French with German.
Once you said good morning, I remembered.
Yes, indeed, that character.
Well, that is one plan that I have. Agent Fisher, what do you think?
I have some good news.
Agent Fisher looks it over and how many sentries are on the front of the building?
There
Actually,
are the guards.
that I can answer. Hold on.
Oh, awesome.
One moment, let me
I was
get
going to
out
improvise.
the map of the castle. And you rolled a 7, discounting your, it's a 6. Yes, you might have seen some. Hold on. Where's my, here it is. That is number 2. And the number 2 has what? Here we go. Here we go. It's the old gate, currently used as main entrance to the castle. It's wide enough for half-tracks and 3-ton trucks to pass. 2 sentries are stationed at the gate with... Well, I'm not going to state what weapons they had. Your binoculars aren't that good.
I'm not interested anyway.
And above a machine gun emplacement. And there were... yes, there's always... There's like a small station at the gate, which operates the gate and what have you. So you think at most there are like 4 people there? No, 5, counting the gun sentry.
However, the gun emplacement is on top of the walls, so underneath they have no field of fire or vision.
No, but there are 4 people on the ground.
Indeed, and if we can take them out quietly, we can also take out the ones on top quietly.
It's still a risky plan going into the front.
Yes, indeed. Unless of course we use some clever, cunning plan.
Yes, of course. But I suggest that you just don't decide anything immediate until you've met with a certain someone who knows the castle quite well.
Exactly, but we have a few hours to kill, so we figure out a few things.
Yeah.
Always with the killing.
I suppose you discuss plans. Unless you have anything concrete you want to discuss right now, I'm going to move ahead. So what's it going to be?
Actually, I have one thing that I want to
Yes?
figure out.
All right.
We have climbing gear
Yes, you do. And black clothing.
and black clothing, and I'm going to figure out if we can make a nets out of our climbing ropes, something that we can use to strap ourselves to the underside of a vehicle with. Let's see if we can improvise such a thing. I believe
Well,
we
you
have
have
enough
ropes. You have ropes. You could use that. Yes, with the climbing gear, you could tie yourself to a vehicle, in theory.
Very well.
I doubt you can tie all four of you can tie yourself to the same vehicle unless you can get a truck.
One of those half tracks.
Or
yes.
that, yes. But a jeep, for instance, would not be large enough
No.
for all of you.
No. Excellent. That's all I wanted to know.
All right. Good. Then we're going to move on to back to the professor. You've had some time to rest, and meanwhile, the noon has passed. You've had some. What's that you usually eat at noon?
Food.
I don't know, some Belgian waffles.
No, I just want to know what it's called. Lunch.
Lunch.
There we go.
Ah, yes.
I forgot a simple word like lunch. Typical. Yes, you've had some lunch. And then it's back to work with... Oh, yes, and one of your fatigue levels is removed. I'll just delete it.
Yes.
Destroyed, even.
Yes.
Is that from Cthulhu the musical?
What is?
Yes, it is.
What is?
The background music.
No, it's from Final Fantasy VI. Well, it's an orchestral version of the music from Final Fantasy VI.
Sounds familiar.
If you
Anyway,
say so.
continue.
It's not from any kind of musical. Although there's
As
a
you
musical
said.
scene in that game, but I won't go into any details. In any case, yes. Are you ready to go back into the field, so to speak?
Ah, yes, I'm going outside the castle.
That's not what I meant. I meant the lab.
Yes, I'm going back into the lab. Lab. The lab. Not the
Yes,
genie.
indeed. No, you're not a
I would
genie.
like to.
Yet. No.
In any case, yes, you go back to von Kammerstein. He's glad that you finally returned, and yes. Will you proceed?
Yes, let us proceed.
No, I said how.
Sorry.
Are you going to look over some theories? Would you first like to gather some more background knowledge from the library? What is it you'd like to do?
Would you like to kill Dr. von Kammerstein?
Yes, or would you just like to keep him busy or something? I don't know. Would you like to snoop around? I'm throwing around too much ideas. Pick something.
I am going back to the library to find out more.
Yes, he seems disappointed at that, but he finds it understandable, so again he gives you his assistant.
Thank
assist
you.
you.
I could always use that assistant.
Yes. And what are you going to do? Are you going to attempt another investigation roll, or what are you going to do?
What can I do? I am looking also for some blank papers.
Yes, of course, you get some writing material in a notebook and what have you. I think you already received one, by the way. You already received one last night.
Yes. And I am writing everything he has discovered. I ask his assistant, what does this word mean?
Yes, but first give me an investigation roll to see if you what exactly you learn. See if you find the right kind of information. Yes, roll the 6 again. Roll the 6 again.
That's
an 8 in
7.
total then. No, it's
Yeah,
8.
yes, an 8 in total. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's actually quite well. This is a little bit above your head. All this scientific, all these scientific scriptures, but you find one that like explains things in layman's terms, and yes, you're getting a better view of how he sees things, and this only cements your idea that he's completely insane because he's using these magical occult procedures and somehow warps them into his way of thinking. Which is completely not how it's supposed to work. Yes, you're now even more convinced that he's doing it wrong. And that's why it
So am I
doesn't
dead
work
yet?
properly.
Doubting Thomas.
Very interesting, all of this. And no,
it seems
Nico,
Nico
you're
is
not
back.
dead yet.
Phew.
You almost bit the bullet, though.
Whew.
You died of fright from a rustling bush.
Shit. Oh man.
In any case,
Yes, so I put all that findings into my notebook.
yes.
And I try to, And I'm going to do my own thing.
And what are you going to do?
Run away! Run away!
I wonder if I can do these things already on zombies that are already alive.
Would you try? Do you want to experiment on undead, living zombies? Silly man.
I want to see if I can get more control over one if I use the right way.
Oh, but that means you need to learn one of the rituals.
Oh, crap.
Yes. And you still think that what the Dr.
What
von
a needle
Kammerstein is doing... Yes, we know. Shut up. What Dr. von Kammerstein is doing, he's just, from his notes, he's doing it wrong. You should have a look at the original book to see
But
the
where is the
original
original
form
book?
of the spell.
But where is the original book?
It's been stolen, is what he keeps telling you. By
It is
vermin
probably just
from the
in
village.
the wrong nightstand. But anyways.
But yes, you believe you need to have a look at the original book. His scribbles do you no good.
Mm-hmm. I asked the soldier, do you have any information of when the original book of Herr Kammerstein was stolen?
No, I'm not going to look that up. He just says, no, no, Herr Professor, I am sorry.
Assistant, I need all the information on where the last time he had that book.
It was stolen from by a villager who snuck into the castle. They say he was a priest from one of the local villages. We've had our troops search all the towns and kill all the priests, but we think he still haven't gotten the right one. And that's actually true. That's actually happened. They've killed all the priests they could find.
Maybe he is in hiding? Have
Yes,
you
that
thought of that?
that would seem logical. Yes.
Where would be the most logical place to hide in this area?
Probably in the forest.
I see.
There's a large forest surrounding the castle, and we still have not been able to search all of it.
I'm gonna do some reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance? Alright.
If there any suspicious activity, villagers going places they shouldn't?
Yes, that happens. Doing the wrong voice. Yes, that happens all the time. We believe there's a resistance cell here, trying to sabotage
yes,
our procedures. It is possible this
Fascinating.
priest has joined forces with this resistance.
Very interesting. I need the original book, otherwise I am useless and expendable.
We cannot, yeah, but unfortunately, yes, our troops are looking for the book.
And I could say the rat.
Yes, so what is your plan?
What can I do in the meantime? Let me think.
I don't know, there's a lot of things you could do, but can you pull it off?
That is the question, is it? And sneaking
Yes.
is not my forte.
No.
Apparently.
Will it blend? That is the question.
You could always use your cunning.
Damn it, my mind is a blank.
Or can anybody help him? You're allowed to help your feral players. What would you do if you were in Dries' shoes?
Go evil, Dower would probably.
Yeah, I would probably try to use the status he has to find something out. I mean, he's being held at a fairly high regard. I'm pretty sure they can bypass some of the
Security, yes.
yeah.
There are books in a library. Have you tried looking for books about this castle and see if there's a hint?
I already
of
told you it's a
passage-
scientific library where you are right now.
Make a bomb out of common materials.
Yeah, that should be pretty easy.
Well, you have a lab right next to you.
Exactly.
Full of chemicals.
Yeah.
But then again, Professor Janssen is a professor on history and what have you, not on science.
I think
that's
some
what
like
the
a
library is for.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
you.
Look up a
Please,
recipe for a bomb.
in theory, you could just use your investigation skill to learn something you don't know.
Cool. How
And
to
then-
destroy my enemy?
Yes, you could always start an quote unquote, accidental accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say any more. I'm being too helpful.
Very fascinating. Yes, I'm going back to the lab and assist Kammerstein.
All right. How will you assist him?
What does he want me to do?
Of course, help
I
him
can
with
assist
his
in many ways.
with his flawed procedure. He wants you to see if you don't know any way to correct it, to create super soldiers, and not these vermin he has to deal with that are locked up in the cellar at the moment. I mean the dungeon, not the cellar.
Can I examine one of those?
And then he goes, "Ah, yes, of course, that is not a bad idea. What kind of state would you like him to be in?" Probably an odd question, but...
The usual state?
No. I mean, they start to... they're not complete. They start to decompose after a while. What kind of state would you like them in? Would you like a fresh one or an old one?
I would like the freshest one, thank you.
Then that will be the one we created yesterday. Very well, go fetch him. And he snaps his finger, and one of his assistants reluctantly goes to fetch him. Yes.
Oh
and
no, he got loose. Oh no.
Yes, you can do that.
Shortly,
Of course you know.
Yeah.
shortly thereafter, yes, they bring the undead into the room. He still looks as horrible as last you saw him, completely pale, as if there's not a drop of blood left in his body, and yes, looking very what's the word? Emaciated.
Yes,
And this
emaciated. Gone.
is of course because many major organs were removed from his body, and he's like full of stitches. And again, he's staring at you with his dead, lifeless eyes. Luckily for
okay,
you,
I
you've seen this creature already, so I won't ask for another sanity roll.
Aww.
So yes, with my newfound research,
But you're
I'm
still
going
quite
to
disgusted.
see if I can make him, I don't know, better with Kammerstein's help.
How are you going to do that?
Saying that his way is brilliant, but give a few adaptations to my new discoveries. Making it sound that it's still his, but influencing him to use the new
So what
stuff.
are you going to do? Are you going to tell him he needs to do some ritual chanting during the procedure or something? Because you're pretty certain that's how it's originally done, at least from the stories you've read and researched and what have you. There's supposed to be ritual chanting.
Mm-hmm. I I asked Kammerstein what that chanting was because it was quite catching. Can you teach me?
No, there was no chanting. That's why I'm talking about it. That you find it odd that there was no chanting.
Ah, yes. I'm sorry. Then I actually try to do that while I would say singing to myself, but actually chanting.
But what are you going to chant? You don't know the spell. You're just going to do something. Well, you could give me a knowledge occult roll. Maybe you suddenly remember a voodoo ritual that you thought was just a story, but now are starting to consider as real. You could always try.
I can do that. I can always try. You never know.
Well, knowledge occult.
Oh dear God, this is going to go so wrong.
Elder sign.
Ivor.
Actually, if you don't re-roll, I might reward you. Might.
Don't take the risk.
But then again,
Don't
something
take the
dangerous
risk.
might happen. What will you do, Dries?
I'm gonna reroll.
Ah, you coward!
6, that's a 5. Damn it.
You're not certain.
Actually-
Wait, what languages do you use?
What language do I have again?
Oh
Let
yes,
me
you know
look up.
French, don't you?
I know French.
Well, the French have a lot of colonies in Africa where they speak
So do the
French.
Germans.
Yes, of course. But you're pretty certain the doctor does not know French. You come up with an idea of some ritual chant you've once heard, which has nothing to do with the undead, but still, how would he know?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're smart enough...
I am.
And
I have smart D10, so that's quite smart.
you might come up with like a chant that might fool him. And you might try to fake one of the local accents of an African country you've visited.
Mm-hmm.
So first, give me a knowledge French.
Knowledge, where was my stat again?
I think your knowledge French is a D8, if I'm not mistaken.
Should be, yes. For
Meanwhile,
some
I'm
reason I
looking
always-
up Kammerstein's stats, because you need to fool him. Ah, here he is.
No, that's not exalted. Nameless,
He's
no rise, no
hideous.
fight further.
This is taking too long. It's a D8.
Oh, yes.
Roll a D8.
Ah, there he is. Oh, God damn it.
Yes, I gave you a
D8.
character sheet.
Yes, but I have trouble finding it.
Oh,
Roll.
right. That's annoying.
God damn it.
Alright, a 4. That's your French.
Excuse my French.
And next, you're going to try to trick him, so just roll smarts.
Ooh. That I can do. Now roll well is 2 dice. Ah, I aced
6?
my D6.
Yes. Roll again.
That
That's
is a 10 in total.
That is actually quite high, and... hold on.
Oh, that's travel.
Ooh. Well, he looks a little suspicious. But he seems to be going along with what you're doing. But after a while he says, "Ah, I see what you're trying to do, my friend. But we perhaps should try this while we are resurrecting a fresh corpse. I think it will have a higher chance of succeeding. What do you say?"
Crap.
Indeed.
But
Ah, there's
he
my
seems to be buying it at least.
Mm-hmm. Knowing my curiosity perk. Yes.
It's not really.
Let's
It's
sell.
not a perk. It's a hindrance.
Yeah, my hindrance. Yes, let's.
Very good.
I
Very
hate
good.
myself for now.
Yes,
What?
indeed. But you know, you're just spouting nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's not going to work. You're just fooling him. Of course, he seems to be quite interested because he recognizes it as French, but he has no idea what you're saying. So of course he asks what it exactly was and whatnot.
Sacre bleu, mon Dieu.
Actually,
Omelette du fromage!
omelette du fromage.
Omelette de fromage.
I know that reference.
Both, I did too.
Okay, I rechecked and he does not know. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not his stats. Somebody else.
Oops.
Oh, hey!
Ton ton ton.
Oh, you're lucky. He doesn't know that many languages. You're very lucky. So he had no idea what you were saying. He just
That is
recognizes it as French, that's all. So of course you can tell him whatever you want.
Omelette du fromage!
Yes, yes. He's
So
very
in the
interested
meantime,
about this omelette du fromage.
Score!
In any case,
Yes.
how many other signs do you have left? Are those two? Oh yes, there are two. Alright. Just wanted to be
Where
certain.
to? Ah, stop moving my signs.
Be quiet, you. In any case, yes. You're busy telling him all you know, and about this ritual chanting. He seems to be very interested. But suddenly, there's a knocking on the door, and of course, the Dr. von Kammerstein is very annoyed, but he shouts that they may enter. And another soldier that you don't recognize emerged from the door, and he says that, Herr Dr. von Kammerstein, I have orders. I must accompany the professor back to the castle. And, I mean, the palace, not the castle. You're in the castle. And the doctor immediately looks very annoyed. He says, "What is the meaning of this? Can you not see we're busy working? Be gone with you! The professor has no time for your foolishness."
We are trying to write history here.
Yes, indeed! And he agrees with you. And then the soldier says, "Sorry, Herr Doctor, but there are orders from Hauptmann Kratz. I must take the professor with me. It's strict orders. I cannot disobey." And the doctor is very annoyed. He says, "Very well, you may take him with him, but I will talk to the Hauptmann Kratz himself. He will hear of this."
Do not worry, my friend. I'm sure this will not take long.
"Yes, but if it does, I will go to see Kratz himself. He cannot do this. Who does he think he is? He forgets his place. I am under orders of Himmler himself."
Himmler? Ah, Himmler.
Yes, he said Himmler.
Mm-hmm. Fascinating detail.
Do you know who Himmler is? Who this Himmler is he's talking about?
Bad.
Yes, wasn't he like the second under Hitler? He's very close.
Give me an intelligence roll. Common knowledge.
Is that
Smart.
smart?
Yes, smart. Intelligence, smart, all
Oh,
the same
wait,
thing.
that's D10.
Yes, it's a D10.
D10.
You're quite smart. Yeah.
I
another one.
ace.
What is it with these die?
That's
Yes.
an 8.
Yes, he's a very high-ranking German military officer. You think he's actually the leader of the German SS.
Yes, of course.
And you know that he's also have some kind of fascination with the occult. How interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That could explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you learn an interesting fact. But still, the soldier takes you with him. You're also accompanied by your guard. Yes, now you're doubly guarded.
I
I'm
feel
not
so
going to make a
honored.
joke. I'm not going to make a joke. I'm not going to make a joke.
What joke?
Never mind.
No
Continue.
joke. No joke here.